Hi guys, how are you today, this evening, whenever you're watching this video, what time applies to you? How you guys doing? It's your girl Lady Reveal, and I am so happy to be with you all. I love you guys so much. Before we get started, I'd just like to take this time out to remind you to please like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. I appreciate all of your feedback. Okay. And again, I can't stress to you how much I love and appreciate and adore each and every one of you. Okay. So, it's been about a week since I posted my last video, and I actually tried to post a video earlier today, but it just wasn't going how I anticipated for things to go. So, meaning, I had laid the cards out where I was actually going to shuffle for you on camera. And every time I went to relay the messages, it just wasn't coming through clearly. And so these are the cards that I actually had pulled earlier in the day just to get an idea of where we stood energetically. And Spirit said, these are the cards that I want you to actually have, and these are the messages that I want you to relay. And I was, just trying to go, I guess, against the grain a little bit, because I know how you all like to see for the cards to be shuffled on camera, which again is understandable, But this is my third time. Third time is a charm, right? Actually trying to get the video and get the messages out for you guys. And so this is what Spirit wants, so have to go with that. And then also, I channeled a message last night from Spirit in regards to where we are as a collective. And it was actually pretty powerful. And as I was reading through the cards and receiving the messages, it made sense as to why the channeled message came through last night and then these cards followed, you know. So, yeah, it's been very, very interesting. So, before we jump into the reading, I just want to go over the message that was received, and that was, that the so-called event that everyone is talking about, the event is not what we think it is. It's more so of a purging and an ascension process for all of us, for all things, as a matter of fact, including Mother Gaia. Okay. So we're being urged and guided to vibrate now on a higher frequency, now more so than ever, that we are coming into, and this is on a massive level, okay? So we're coming into our higher selves, and there have just been many instances, signs, synchronicities that lets us know that we absolutely are encouraged to let go of any type of fear-based mentality, to ground ourselves on a daily basis, to meditate, you know. And during this time of purging slash ascension process, there may be some things that occur that appear to be what is considered to be chaotic, So prime example being what is currently taking place in Syria. Okay. So for those of you who are unaware, over the course of the weekend, there were missiles launched, um, a strike against Syria. So I know the United States and some other countries are involved. I don't want to misquote, but I know for sure the United States is involved. So, with our current leader, uh, we had an ideal when he came into office that was a goal all along, to stir the pot, to redirect us in a, I don't want to say negative way, but in all actuality, that's what it is, to cause for us to have fear, to strike fear in our hearts. And how do we get thrown off course? How do we not go forward? Put fear, install fear into people. And that's all this is. So going back to the event, also part of the process is to get out of that systematic mentality, okay, and to come into a mindness, a whole of being wholehearted, or whole for that matter, not just wholehearted, but just your wholeness and being pure. Okay. Going back into our heart space. So our hearts are being pured, our minds are being purified, so are our souls. And so Spirit also stated to clear the bloodlines as we have come into this life cycle. Were some um, there were some vibrations that came along with that came along from previous lives and also into the current bloodlines that we've been incarnated into. Okay, so severe trauma. Okay, and especially if your family has historically been a part of slavery. That is not to minimize any other person's bloodline by any means. But again, if your family has been incarnated, or if you're incarnated rather into a bloodline that were involved in slavery, it has been scientifically proven, okay, that we still suffer the effects of, even though slavery ended hundreds of years ago, we still suffer from that, okay? And so, thus using that as an example. So there are some ways in which you can clear your bloodlines. Please, get with your spiritual support team and ask them, in regards to what would be best for you. I know that pomegranate juice is good for clearing your blood. So definitely that could trigger down to your bloodline. And if you have kids, it will affect them. So, you cleanse yourself so that you can help cleanse your kids, if for no other reason. Okay. You can do certain type of chants or mantras, taking spiritual baths and burning incense. So again, there are many ways in which you can clear your bloodline. So you're being encouraged to get with your team to see what's going to be best for you, because for each different types of trauma, there are certain steps or measures that need to be taken to make sure all of that is gutted out from the roots. Okay. To trust in yourself, to believe in yourself, now more so than ever, and to do your own research, so especially when it comes to how to ascend, which ascended masters to reach out to at certain points in your path. Saint Germain is one of them. Okay, so with Saint Germain, he is known for his ability to transmute negative energy. Okay, and Saint Germain is referred to as many other names as well. Feel free to look that up. But the violent flame. Okay, so you can look that up on YouTube. Saint Germain uses the violent flame to help transmute those negative energies. Okay, so even if you were to go to an energy healer, they will let you know that that's one of the ways in which they do their energy healing, is by utilizing the violet flame, which is very, very powerful. Okay, so yeah. But again, guys, it's about ascending, purging, clearing out your bloodlines, believing and trusting in yourself and in the process, and also letting go of the fear. Okay. So with that being said, Mercury retrograde just recently ended, right? I believe it was on the 13th. So during that time, just speaking with different people, I guess the group summary would be purging and cleansing relationships that were broken. Okay, so this may be for people that you have no current communications with, or maybe you do have communication with them and it has not been the best. Okay, and then just trying to mend that. Well, if you weren't able to heal that in a 3D level or on a 3D level, then most certainly Spirit has helped you to heal that on a 5D level. Okay, and we know it's going to trickle down from there. Okay, so yeah, just and that was huge. That was huge. That was huge. That was so huge, and especially when it came to childhood related issues, that was so important, because it was like serving as an anchor so that we couldn't propel forward in the motion and the strength and the pace that was needed for this next level, and especially for the waves of energy that are coming through with all of the portals being open, the comic storms and all that stuff, right? So yeah, these past 2 weeks have been no joke whatsoever. So you may have even been getting sick during this time, and it's Spirit's way of cleaning you and also getting your attention. If you need to slow down in certain areas of your life, slow down. Or hey, you need to sit and be still because we have to talk to you about this, or we need your attention about that. So it could have been you got sick because they simply need your attention. I know for the past few days, I have not, actually for the latter part of the week, I'm just now actually starting to feel better today, and I'm not still 100%. And yeah, pretty much being bedridden for most of that time. And so it was definitely eye-opening, I will say that. And if you have sent me an email, just know that I will respond to you by within the next 48 hours. Okay. So at the time that I'm recording this is April 16th. So definitely by the 18th, you'll receive a response from me. Okay. And my apologies for not being able to get to you quicker. But again, it's just I have been pretty much bedridden. Okay. All right, guys. So that was the message, the channel message that came through. And let's go ahead and jump into the reading. So today we're going to do this a little differently. What we're going to do is a collective reading. So we're not going to actually break it down from in the aspects of divine feminine and divine masculine. We're actually going to focus in on the energies on a collective level. Okay. So these were actually the first cards that came through as I was pulling the cards for the reading. Okay. And so this is the overall collective energy. And these two rows here are going to serve as clarifiers. And then the row up top are actually going to be for areas in which Spirit would like for you to focus in on your life for this week. Okay. So let's jump into it. Let's do it, boo boo. So for the first card, we have Wheel of Fortune, Fate. So going back to the channel message, it makes sense now more so than ever, right? That we are being encouraged to just, in order to step fully into our destiny and to receive the full abundance of, and when I say abundance, I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about abundance 360. So that means, and I apologize if you hear my co-star in the background, okay? But abundance 360, that is health, wealth, happiness, yes. Your physical being, your mental state, just any area in which you are seeking abundance, okay? We want abundance 360. And so now by us going through such a massive healing process over these last few weeks, or no, especially last week alone, my goodness, that we can go out and conquer the world, so to speak, okay? And that we have the guidance. We have that proper guidance to do so. And you see how this figure here is standing on top of the world? Okay? He ready or she ready. It's time to go. This is no longer playtime. Yeah, have a good time and your laughs in between. But our mission here on earth in this current timeline is so important that all the foolishness is falling by the wayside. And then we're seeing people, places, things, energy for who and what it is. Because it's all energy, right? We're seeing things for what they really need at the core basis, and saying, how does this fall into the bigger scheme? How does this fall into the collective? How does this fall into destiny, my destiny, and how does it fall into the destiny of collective, you know, because that's where I'm headed. And this is all without hesitation, without fear, being strong within yourself, going to higher self and going into that place of stillness in order to receive those answers. You know, so yeah, you have not only your spiritual support team, but you, if you don't feel as though you have people in your life, currently in your life, that are your soul family, they will be coming in with the quickness, you know, and you can be singing that song, "We are family," you know, because we are at a place to where it's like time to have that family reunion, to call in the souls that are alike and like-minded individuals, you know, because all this right here is ours for the taking. And it's been set up that way since the beginning of time. And that's one of the beautiful things about it, right? You know? So as a clarifier for that, this card popped out and it says the prison waif, self-sabotage, poverty consciousness. Okay? So as you can see, this person is sitting what appears to be like in a prison. And they're sitting there, knees bent, head down. Oh, woe is me. What am I to do? What now? You know? So Spirit said, you going to learn today. You going to learn today. No. but you know, all jokes aside, notice how the sun is still shining through and on this individual. Even though it appears as though they're in a prison, it's not. How is it that you're going to sit in a prison with the door open? Do you guys see that? The door is right here. It's wide open. So that means you put yourself in this prison. And if you look behind you, it's a whole new world ready for the taking. Okay? Not only that, you see all the greenery surrounding this? So you have such, what's the word I'm looking for? Fertility. You know, so are you actually feeling as though you're fertile? Doesn't necessarily mean that, but just mean that you feel the newness, that you feel the growth surrounding you, but maybe you're just not sure of it, or not knowing what to do with it, or you're not ready for it. Get ready. Get ready. The only way to really be ready is to stay ready. You know, the most successful people in the world will tell you that. How do you do it? You know, how are you so successful? What's one of your secrets? And Will Smith said this recently on his IG page, and I don't remember what he said verbatim, but he was like, you know, someone had asked him recently, how is it that he has become so successful and stayed that way? He said, you know, one of the things that goes into this is hard work for one, but for another, just stay ready for those opportunities, right? And be open. And that was something else too. It's like, oh, you know what? That makes so much sense. Because something that may seem like is going to be a setback can actually be a set up for newness, for the light to shine in your life brighter than ever. You know, we never know of certain opportunities that may come our way that could propel us to a platform that we had never imagined. But it's all about how we view things. So going back to the self-sabotage and the poverty consciousness, you have fertility. You know, you have all of the newness in your life. You have the greenery. This greenness also represents go. You know, it's yours for the taking. So chin up, okay? Pick up your head and walk out this door. It's wide open. You have the keys right there with you. You know, and go out and conquer the world, okay? So again, this was the clarifier for the Wheel of Fortune card. Okay. Bonus clarifier. Boom. Now I'm trying something new with these playing cards, right? Okay. So work with me and keep in mind I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish. Now, but so with that being said, the first thing that came to me, and when I read the cards, I read them intuitively, okay? Um, but the first thing that came through was like blackjack and bet on yourself. Always bet on black, bet on yourself. But the main message was bet on yourself. Be confident in yourself and in your skills. You know, you have worked on this for a very long time. And that's something else too, is that we're at a point of self-mastery. You know, we've earned that right. That's like wearing a golden crown or winning the gold at the Olympics. We've earned that right to be confident within ourselves, our abilities, our skills, our talents, our spiritual past, whatever you feel like the naysayers, are doubting for you and of you, block it. Block and you send them love and light, or send that situation love and light, and let it go. But yeah, to bet on yourself and to get yourself out of this mode of self-sabotage, okay? All right. So moving right on along for the next row here, we have clouds. And at the bottom of it, it says mystical. Okay. So to me, this actually plays off the Wheel of Fortune card, whereas we are stepping into our destiny. And you know what, guys? As I'm looking at this card, do you see this cloud right here? Is it just me, or does this appear to be an angel? Like, that's the head right here, and then those are the wings. All right? Drop a comment below and let me know what you guys see. But yeah, that we're going to be given ancient secrets during this time. What was going on during the times of ancient Egypt? What was going on during the time of Atlantis? You know, those mysteries are actually going to start to be resolved. And how were certain things done, and why were they brought about? All this other stuff, you know. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big fan of ancient aliens, right? And whether you believe in aliens or not, and ET phone home and all this stuff, that, you know, that to each individual, you know, that's your choice. But I personally believe that there's something else out there, you know, that we are not the only living beings that exist in this entire universe. I just refuse to believe that, right? So with that being said, just like watching that from time to time, it does make you wonder, you know, or question on whether we have ETs, extraterrestrial beings that currently walk this planet, you know, and do they, how do they interact with us? I don't know why that's coming through, but that's just coming through right now to share that. So with that being said, during the times of Atlantis and ancient Egypt, there are a lot of theories that are going on in regards to ETs assisting during that time, you know, with the technology that was in place. And how for the pyramids, prime example, no one has been able to duplicate the height and the weight of the pyramid to this day. And all these years, no one has been able to duplicate that. Why is that? With all the modern technology we have in this world today, why is it that they weren't able to duplicate that? So going back to things being revealed to us in regards to ancient times, that's coming about. Okay, because those quote unquote ETs, they are a part of our star family. And they want us to know who we really are and what we're really capable of. okay, as opposed to dummying things down. No, we come with great strength, great power, and a lot of responsibility. And then also, yeah, I forgot to share this part, guys. Part of the channeled message is that we are clearing Mother Gaia for a new earth and new humans. Okay. So we see all of these movies, like I guess the Avengers, all these comic related movies and these where they have superpowers. Guess what? They're based on real people who have real talent, you know, who are, I guess, considered to be superhumans. And so we're seeing that more and more. And of course, they just amplify the story. But when it came to ancient times, they were superhumans. Okay. And how they did certain things, that's coming to forefront. Going back to the new humans, yeah, that is definitely coming to the forefront. All right. Give me just a moment, guys. Okay, sorry about that. So, to clarify that, we have the word Lord, and it says communication, praise, dishonesty. Okay, so immediately what I was sensing is, are you being honest when you communicate with self? Are you being honest with your heart, what's really in your heart, what you truly desire, and are you willing to accept the messages that Spirit is sending to you? They are communicating with you constantly, 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 constantly. And so to take heed as to the messages that are coming through, and to be the praise is to be more thankful and grateful in your current situation. So there may be instances in which you don't feel like you're worthy. So the word worthy is coming up right now, like you're worthy. But hey, even in the midst of confusion, get up and do a praise dance. Is what they say in the church. Praise dance. Praise him. You know, thank yourself more and more and more every day. Because the more you do that, it's raising your vibration, but it's also helping to reinforce the confidence that you have, and it's being, that's being reintroduced to you. Because that was sort of shattered during your childhood years or possibly early adulthood years, but now that's being given back to you in times three. Okay. And for some of you all, times 10, because of the amount of work that you have, for your life path. And, going to this dishonesty, just again, please be honest with yourself, be honest with your team, be honest with others. Okay. Because we want to eliminate confusion as much as possible. And to clarify that card, we have the King. Okay. So immediately I heard discernment, the spirit of discernment. So to use your discernment constantly, okay, because you won't go wrong with that. You really won't. And especially in this time that we are being given the secrets to past lives, to ancient times. That is so, it's actually amazing to be living in a time where you do have the modern technology that's meeting ancient history, and combining the two and seeing where we can go from there. All right. So for the last row, we have smoke, and it says prayers at the bottom. Your prayers, your affirmations, your mantras, your meditations, all of that is being heard at this time. Okay. It's being heard at a magnitude in which you cannot believe. So just imagine, because I'm getting this vision of um, concert speakers. So concert speakers are bigger than regular size speakers, something that you would see at like, let's say, a cocktail lounge, right? So that's how much your prayers are being heard, your meditations, your mantras, etc. That's how much they're being heard in the universe at this time, because again, everything is being magnified. We're clearing things on a massive level. And so it's just boom, 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 boom with the amount of volume that's going into it, because you're putting so much more of your heart and yourself and your truth into what you're saying. So this is also continue to speak your truth. Let it go, releasing, releasing, releasing. And as I'm saying that, my throat is starting to clear. So some of you all may have been feeling as though you can't release and just found yourself breaking down crying, crying out of what appeared to be nowhere. No, that is you releasing. Oh my gosh, my throat chakra is just really opening up. So I don't know who this is for. It could be for one or two people, and that's fine. But continue to release, and during that time, be thankful. Gratitude takes us such a long way, but yeah, if they're listening, dear heart. They love you so much. Okay. So to confirm, as a clarifier to that card, we have Gaia's garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. Now, it almost looks like she has a secret, right? Let me pull that back. Is that okay? Let's see. Is that a little better for you? Okay, I think that's a little better. How's that? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So like she has a slight smirk on her face. Everything is all right. So yeah, continue to plant those seeds, because your harvest is coming in, and your harvest is coming in with a quickness. All of what you have done has not gone unnoticed, since the beginning of time. So for some of you all, this could be past life cycles in which rewards are going to be received, from this life and past life cycles where your abundance is coming into place, because you've put in so much work and you've done so much clearing. So finally, those lessons were learned in previous life cycles. And it's like, okay, you've learned your lesson. Let it rain. I make it rain. Oh, and it's just going to be raining upon you constantly. Once the floodgates are open, the quote unquote floodgates, once they're open, it's going to be nonstop for you, So yes, your prayers have been heard wholeheartedly. Okay, guys. You are loved from the inside out. You know what? I'm just not noticing that. Okay, so that's interesting. For the Gaia's Garden card, we have the number 18. Okay, and so for the clarifiers to this card, two cards actually came out. The numbers 18 is the number 9. Okay, so the number 9 and 10 popped out. But I'm looking more so at this number 9. So it's interesting how we have two 9s. You see that? I have 18 here, which totals 9, and then the number 9. Completion. You've completed those cycles. You've completed those lessons. It's all right. Okay? So, all right. So going to these last cards here, the number 19, because we have 10 and 9, which totals 19. So for this, the Spirit wanted me to pull up angel numbers. I'm like, okay, we can do that. And I'm actually going to put a link in the description box below for the angel numbers. Okay, so that way if you want to refer to it. But it says angel number 19 is a message from your angels that your goal has almost come to completion, or that a phase or situation in your life is coming to an end. The angels want you to know that one door is closing and another is opening. Your angels ask that you remain positive throughout these transitions and look forward to wonderful new beginnings and opportunities. Okay? So there we have it, guys. There we have it. And I believe that's why Spirit wanted to stick with these messages here. Okay, because it's just so powerful. And to top it off, again, the cards on this row here is to help focus in on specific areas of your life for this week. Okay. The first card we have is leadership. Take charge of this situation. Take charge of the life path that you've been called into. Take charge of your households. Take charge of your business if it's falling by the wayside. Just take charge in whatever area it is. You are that divine leader. You are that divine leader. You are a new human. And ancient secrets are being revealed to you in this moment. It could be in your dreams. You know, you can be having what feels like deja vu moments, but you're really having flashbacks to previous lives. You know, you could have been a part of ancient Egypt and or Atlantis. Okay. But yeah, to really have that confidence in your leadership ability. Okay. And this is for the collective. That's why we're doing this. Okay. The last card, guys, flowers. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. So what I'm receiving is ultimately this is about opening your heart and your mind to the calling and to be at peace with whatever situation that you are going through at this time. You know, it's probably not ideal for you by any means, and needing that sense of closure, but to know for one that it's coming, and that you are a beautiful, beautiful soul, and that you deserve every good piece of energy that is coming your way and that's currently in your life path. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I love you all. Please like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. Okay. I'll actually be posting a video later on this week. Okay. Love you guys. See you soon.